You see, here's the thing. How can a movie called Awake literally put me to sleep? Like, how? God damn it, Netflix. Bear with me. So, in this movie, some unknown lights or solar flares wipes out all of our electricity as well as humanity's ability to sleep. So nobody on the planet can sleep. Nobody. You see, I like it when you get a filmmaker that comes along and, they know that everybody's just tired of reboots and soft reboots and stupid sequels and shit. So they come along and craft original stories with original concept. Only to have people like me come along and just shit all over it. So before I do that, I just want to give those guys an A for effort. I don't know who directed this film or who wrote it or whatever. It's a Netflix original though, so there you go. But I'd like to give those guys an A for effort. Now on with the review.
But what we do know is that none of us can sleep.
After 48 hours of no sleep, there's a loss of critical thinking. It's gonna be total chaos.
So this movie follows a family, right? You have a mother, daughter, and son. And the only reason why they're important is because the daughter somehow can sleep. She's the only one in the world who can sleep. No, actually there's another woman in the lab somewhere, some old woman. But the daughter is the only one that can sleep. So that's the only reason that family is important.
Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up!
I can sleep.
So what they decide to do is to get the little girl to that lab so she'll be safe with the other woman that can sleep and all the other people that are working to sort this mess out. As a matter of fact, that little girl, I don't know her name, but she's little Gamora in Endgame. Pretty cool. So basically what the movie is telling us, right, is that some kind of solar flares or some kind of lights came along and wiped out all of our electricity as well as our ability to sleep. But another thing it says, it's kind of a throwaway line in the movies, that everything's being sped up. So basically the effect of not sleeping will happen faster. So people are going crazy faster. They hallucinate faster. And whatever it is that not sleeping does to the human body happens 100 times faster in this movie. But here's the thing though. Why is it that the lack of sleep causes people to just perform mass nudity? Why is it that the lack of sleep makes people kind of create a killer cult where they go ahead killing people, and they even build a pyramid, I think, kind of like shopping trolleys or some shit? How does the lack of sleep make you do that? So like, for example, there's a scene with the soldiers, and I think they haven't slept for so long, 5 days, 6 days or something like that, so they're losing it.
No one is attacking us!
They hallucinating, they lost their mind because they haven't slept in so long. But here's my problem. How is it that you're hallucinating because you haven't slept in so long, so you're really affected by the lack of sleep, but you can walk fine, you can shoot an AK-47 fine, you can fight fine? Like, all of those are not affected by the lack of sleep. Like great coordination, headshots and everything. I don't know, something ain't right. And our main family is pretty much not affected by the whole thing at all. Like, I'll give you an example, right? The mother seems like she's losing her mind. She keeps trying to read things and memorize them, but she keeps fucking up. So you know that it's affecting her, but she never turned violent. She never goes crazy. Like, she can drive a car fine. And don't get me wrong, the mother makes all kind of mistakes in this movie, which you can say is because of the lack of sleep, or maybe because of bad writing. I don't know. But my point is, the whole thing of not sleeping doesn't affect the family like it affects everybody else. And I don't think the movie even knows what it wants the effect of lack of sleep to be. And don't get me wrong, it's a great concept. But a concept without no rules or laws just falls apart. For example, you can replace the lack of sleep or the non-ability to sleep with, let's say, zombies, or any other biological or apocalyptic concept you can come out with. And believe you me, the film will be better. For example, take zombies. Zombies is easy. They have rules and they have laws. Most of the time is they bite you and you turn into one of them. Or maybe a whole bunch of them will eat you up and you just die. But usually if they bite you, you turn into one of them. Now, don't get me wrong. You can play with those rules. Depending on your world building, you can play with those rules and laws. But zombies are always confining those laws and those rules. Like, for example, if you was watching a movie and a bunch of zombies decided to build a pyramid out of flipping shopping trolleys, you'd be pretty confused. And don't get me wrong, this movie has its moment, maybe one or two. But yeah, ultimately, it's pretty boring and it really doesn't live up to its concept or premise. Like, it's hard to suspend your disbelief when the universe the movie's trying to build keeps falling apart every other scene. Like, it's really hard. Most of the characters are pretty forgettable. The dialogue is mediocre at best. The acting, mediocre at best.
I can sleep.
Okay, let's wrap this up. And you know what, in a funny way, this movie kind of reminds me of The Happening. You know, M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening. Because look, it's like this. Something happened, we don't know how, we don't know why. People start dying and doing shit that we don't know why, we don't know how. The movie don't know why, don't know how. The people in the movie don't know why, don't know how. We, the audience, don't know why, don't know how. And then the movie ends.
Something happened. We don't know what caused it or why it occurred.
But the people in the movie still don't know why or how. And the audience still don't know why or how. I guess only the director know. And with that being said, my rating for this movie, it's a Sunday movie. Literally. You know that kind of Sunday movie you fall asleep to? Well, if you fall asleep to this movie, you don't really have to, watch it again. Just leave it. You're not missing anything. Y'all be easy. Peace.
That's a madness, bub. You're supposed to say thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, you fucker.